Namaste and welcome. So we are continuing our journey to higher knowledge and wisdom. The topic for this video, which is in the long series of videos that we have created, Great Minds, Great Quotes. The topic is will. Now will, simple word, will in English is something that will happen, or a better meaning in this context is you hope that something will happen, that you desire, that you wish. So this has more to do with the intention and commitment. Will. And the first quotation is by William Shakespeare. The will is infinite and the execution is confined. The desire is boundless and the act is slave to limit. So this is a contradiction that we find in our life, all around us, and with all of us probably. That the will, the intention for something to happen, the intention of something that you wish to do yourself, or you wish it will happen. So that is the will, the determination, the conviction, the commitment. The will is infinite and the execution is confined, which means it is confined to a limit. So indication very clearly is, it is okay to intend to do something, to plan to do something with dedication. But usually all of it will not be materializing, will not happen. Why? Because individually no one controls the world. To make your will be realized, so there are limitations, there are confinements for practical reasons, that the environment, your surrounding may not permit this to happen, or the people around you may oppose it and your will not be completed, will not be realized. This is similar to the second part of the quote. The desire is boundless and the act is slave to limit. So one may desire a lot of things, one may desire a lot of things to happen, but all of the desires are not fulfilled. Same way that your intention, the will, has confinement, has also limitations. So to be practical, there is no harm in having great intentions, great plans, great wishes, but it should be a little tamed with the realities and practicality. The next quotation is by Osho, and he presents a little more optimistic approach, a little more hopefulness, that maybe many or all of your intentions can be realized. But there is a condition, a minimum requirement. That is, the will only crystallizes when the mind is single pointed, which means you are focused, you are able to concentrate. In yoga, it's called dharana. The will only crystallizes when the mind is single pointed to which point? To your will, your commitment, your intention. When the mind falls into dilemma means confusion, two-sidedness. Maybe it will happen, maybe it will not happen. There is doubt, doubting yourself. So if you have doubts, if you have conflicts in your mind, you are unable to focus, obviously. In that case, the will is lost. So the will only crystallizes when the mind is single-pointed. When the mind falls into dilemma, into conflict, the will is lost. Now this is a very short but precise explanation of why the will, my will, your will, does not get fulfilled quite often. And this is by Ludwig Wittgenstein. The world is independent of my will, which means my will is not everyone's will. The world is independent. The world does not depend or may not even want my will to be fulfilled. So, recognize that and maybe modify or revise your intentions, your plans to accommodate the limitations or the obstacles along the way. Otherwise, one may face a lot of disappointment, a lot of regrets. So to avoid that, make your will realistic. Not always, because after all, some people can actually realize most part of their will. So don't give up completely and try to reduce and minimize your intention, your conviction. Don't weaken yourself, but at the same time be realistic, not expect that complete fulfillment. That is the message here. The last quotation is by Nisarg Dutt Maharaj, and he points out a way to prepare yourself, which is to be realistic, but at the same time be careful in choosing what you will, what your intention is, what you want to accomplish, what you dream, what you wish to be. So be a bit cautious, because sometimes unintentionally you may make a mistake. We all may be mistaken, that we make the wrong choice. So in making the choice is the main important thing to consider. What is imagined and willed becomes actuality. If the will is strong, if the collective will is strong also, and people are cooperative, they are not producing hindrances on your path, if the situation is favorable, even then one has to be cautious about what is it that you have willed. Because what is it that stands together? So the main point here is, be careful in making your choices and hope for the best. So, reading it again, what is imagined and willed becomes actuality, provided, of course, the previous quotation suggests, if you are single-pointed and focused. What is imagined and willed becomes reality. Here lies the danger as well as the way out. In other words, if you visualize that your will has been fulfilled, then view in your mind's eye the outcome, the result of it. And then if you think that the result that I have not fully understood may be negative, so that allows you to make an adjustment, to change your will. On the opposite side, if the final outcome that you visualize is good, is positive, then don't make changes, just proceed, march toward your goal. If it happens, all the best. If it doesn't, then along the way you will have a chance to modify it. So it's a very carefully chosen path. Starting is your will and ending can be modified, may not happen, or may happen. So don't give up, but be prepared to change and adjust according to circumstances. So thank you for listening and paying attention, and we'll meet again soon. Until then, namaskar to all of you.